like y'all know. What up? What up? What up? This
Yeah.
is Shamar. How you doing?
This is T-Bass.
We here to start our new podcast, the T-Bass and Shamar podcast show.
Yeah.
Or T-Bass and Shamar show.
The T-Bass and Shamar show.
T-Bass and Shamar
That's
show.
what it really was. Hey, let's give a toast to that, brother. Like, this is a few years in the making. Me and Michael, we started this conversation, or Shamar. We're gonna go by several different names because we call each other all kinds of different stuff. You know, sometimes he's Shamar, sometimes he's Big Mike Anderson, sometimes he's Mr. Mike. You know, but no, we started this conversation a few years ago, just talking about doing a podcast, and so me and Mike get together all the time, regularly, and this is actually how we kick it. We have some drinks, we chill, relax. You know, some music is going on in the background, and we watching sports. Are we talking about the topic of the day, whatever that topic is? It could be politics, it could be fashion. You know, it's just whatever's going on. But this show is kind of a reflection of who we are and our lifestyle.
Right. It's just like the brother said. I'll go by a couple of names. Big Mike Anderson. Shamar is my Hebrew name. I'm going to have a Hebrew class or a Hebrew show at some point on a different podcast. But like you said, we're going to sit here and talk sports, going to talk, philosophy, whatever it is, how we normally talk, how we normally do.
Yeah.
So
cigars, whatever comes up, hip hop, whatever comes up. Because, we've got this 50-year hip hop thing going on. And I'm actually going to a show. I'm going to the Rock the Bell show on September the 3rd. And that's going to be kind of fire because that's my birthday weekend.
Who's in that?
Oh, man. Everybody's in there, man. Like Rakim going to be there. Rick Ross going to be there. Salt and Pepper going to be there. MC Light going to be there. It's just a whole host of... Man, it's fire. It's going to be a fire show.
That's September 3rd?
September 3rd. Shout out to my homeboy Phil for saying, hey, T, we need to do that because my boy Phil, we always talk hip-hop. Phil is one of my homies from the town, and we go back in time, and we talk about the old Fresh Fest shows and stuff like that, and so it's so I said, nah, man, I'm with it, and so we got the tickets, and it's gonna be a fire show, man.
Oh, so he's going with you?
He's going with you. Yeah, so we gonna hang out, we gonna lounge and just chill, but back to this that we doing today. This T-Bass and Shamar show. We just want to entertain people, man, and have a good time, and show them, how to enjoy sports and how to just enjoy life.
Righteous. What we're going to try to do is do different locations.
Right.
Sometimes we're going to be at Lamert Park, out here at your venue. Where's that? Larchmont? Is that how you said that?
I'm over in Larchmont sometimes, I'm over on Larchmont, doing things in that neighborhood. Just all over, just doing some fun stuff. Just kind of what we do. We may be at a pool hall one night.
Yeah, right.
We may go, we may do it live on air, just have a couple of games or whatever going on. It may be at a barbecue. I mean, who knows how it's gonna go down.
I want to hit some of the farmers markets though.
Oh, so the farmers market at Crenshaw in Slauson, I go to that one regularly. The wife loves to go to that one. And there's a brother there, like I said, he sells plants. And I love this dude because he's all up into the horticulture and all of that kind of stuff.
What type of, does he sell flowers?
He sells plants primarily. But yeah, I would love to have him. We actually had a conversation on community gardens. Because I was like, how do we do a community garden? How do we start that? So
what in a community garden is what is a community garden?
So to me, a community garden would be like we would get a plot of land or whatever, and then cultivate the earth there, and then you get a group of people together, right? And then we can grow food there.
Is it the group of people is responsible for getting the land?
Yes, I think we would try to do it as a group, right? You would try to do it as a group and say, hey, so the Shamar Grow Group. Right? And hey, there's an empty lot over on 79th and Crenshaw, and so we're going to buy that plot of land, and we're going to treat that land. Hopefully it's already open, it's not paved over, whatever. So you just can get to the soil, And do you have to do soil samples, of course, to make sure that there's no contaminants in the soil and all that other kind of stuff, right? And I guess you would talk about it amongst a group, or like, how are we going to do this? Are we going to just like share food? We're going to grow food, share food. Are we going to sell some of this food?
So,
but that was a conversation that me and the brother had.
right.
Like,
That,
you
man,
know,
that sounds interesting, actually.
yeah.
How do you normally get something like that started?
I don't know. Like
along?
we just started the conversation. I was
Right.
like, this is an idea that I've had that I've actually wanted to do at some point in my life. I think it would be good, and I think it would be a good way for black folks, our community, to learn how to work collectively.
Right. Like teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? And guess what? We're growing our food, then we're sharing our food, and we're selling some of our food.
I would suppose that we have to find some sort of land here in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Well, check this out.
Land in the neighborhood.
But because Crenshaw, so Crenshaw got a garden at their high school, right? Like a lot of high schools are doing this.
You know what? They got a garden at the school right next to.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And a lot of schools do that stuff to teach students, about horticulture and stuff like that. But yeah, so these are just all the different issues we talk about, Mike. The conversations that we have to give the listeners, kind of a know. What do these dudes be doing? This is the shit we be doing. This is the shit we be doing, for real.
Sitting down, chopping it up.
Dreaming, and
looking to the future, trying to see what we can do as a culture.
Yeah.
This is, and when I say culture, I just mean culture of people.
Right.
Because as much as we want as a black community to come together and do something together in some sort of harmony and unity, which is these days is difficult to see through the storm, it seems. But
go.
But what we need to do is somehow build talk, and that's what we're here. This is what the point of this podcast is to create communication, to create talk, to have
that leads to action.
That leads to action.
Because one of our slogans is, "Don't talk about it, be about it."
Don't talk about it.
We try to live by that.
Right.
Don't talk about it, be about it. So whatever you're doing in life, be about it. Be about it, and we try to do that. We try to be about the stuff that we actually talk about.
That's how this podcast came about. We've been talking about it,
right,
for
a few years,
for a while,
for a minute,
and so it came down to, like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's stop talking about it,
and let's
be about it. Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
So to everybody out there, we got good things coming.
Speaking of good things coming, so the main focus of this particular episode is an introduction of ourselves. Myself being T Bass, this brother being Brother Shamar, and then we wanted to kind of get into some whole the NFL season is coming, so that's why we got our gear on. I'm hitting with the just win, baby, because guess what? My team got to get back to the core values.
I was watching the Raiders, and I like that new running back they just picked up.
Okay.
Williams, I think his name is Davion Williams or Devin Williams. He
I
come from the Chiefs.
Okay.
He got schooled.
Right.
He got schooled.
Do we?
Oh, I was like, ooh, Josh Jacobs, you better watch yourself.
Well, no, it's not about watch yourself. I don't think it's
yourself.
that. Listen, I want to come with the tandem attack.
So that's what would be nice. That's what I think that they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think Josh is going to see Williams and be like, well, I might want.
No, Josh may be like, man, I got somebody working with me.
That's what I'm saying. I might want to go back to work.
I got somebody.
I might want to go back to work.
I got somebody working with me. The whole thing about Josh Jacobs, man, I love what he did last year. Phenomenal year, 1,800 yards, led the league in running. And I'm just saying, I know it's a lot to ask, Josh, but can I get 1,500 more? Can I get 1,500 more this year?
Hey, word on the street, defense looks nice.
Well,
defense looks nice. Joint practices with Frisco, defense is dominating.
So Brother Shamar was on me last year.
Same.
He was on our defense, and we was having this debate all last year about whose fault is it? Right? Whose fault it is? That's about right?
It was the defense's fault.
Right. And I said, Yeah, but it was debatable. In Raider Nation, it's debatable, right? Because we had a lot of opportunities where we had the ball in our hands and on the last possession of the game, and we didn't get it done. And I'll say this to Derek Carr. Derek Carr, thank you for everything that you did for the Raiders. I wish that could have worked out. Like I was pulling for you heavily. I actually didn't even start out a Derek Carr fan, to be honest with you. But over the few years, I started pulling for that dude. Because he's a Raider at heart, and But the one issue that Derek had, and I told Michael this, and it was the red zone issue. This brother, he's got to learn how to score in the red zone. We need touchdowns. We don't need field goals. So finishing off those drives, being the closer, right?
Right.
I mean, these are real conversations we had. And there was one statistic that I brought up to Michael that I did the research on, and this is real. So I went back and I looked at the quarterbacks. And I said, which quarterback has thrown the most touchdowns for the Raiders? And it wasn't, it was some guy way back in the Raiders past. I'm sorry that I don't have the name off the top of my head right now. But anyway, he threw about 30, maybe 30, 31 touchdowns.
Who's the lefties? Jake? The lefty. Redhead, lefty.
For the Raiders?
Right, back in the day.
I don't even know.
I'm trying to think of what quarterback would toss 31 touchdowns.
Well, this dude was called the Mad Bomber.
Oh.
So Raider Nation gonna know who that is, the Mad Bomber, right? Because he was bombing, 30 some odd touchdowns. So I says, if I'm the coach last year, if I'm Coach McDaniels, I look at the stats and I say, hey, you know what, Derek? There's one thing I want to talk about here. I want to get your touchdown totals up. I think our goal is 35 touchdowns. I need you to lead the Raiders in that category throughout history. I need 35 touchdowns for you this season. Now, I think he threw 20-something. He didn't quite make it to the 30s last year. So, once again, that was the key stat that I was watching last year for Derek Carr and the Raiders. I was like, touchdowns.
But when you have a 1,500-yard rusher that can take away from your touchdown total.
No, I got it. But listen, we underachieved last year, man. That's the reality.
That's the defense fault.
So no, wait. Wait. No. I get that part, but you made it had to been. I don't know. Anyway, this is my point. Hunter Renfrow had a bad year last year. Derek Waller wasn't present a lot last year, and he had a bad year last year, right? So I'd honestly say of our offensive potential, I would say that we probably produced about 70% of our potential. I'm just going to that's just a random number. I'm just throwing it out there, right?
Offensively?
Offensively. There was a lot more juice left in that lemon, player. That's all I'm saying. There was a lot more juice left in that lemon. That's what I'm saying, right?
I guess you could say that because you have so many people injured.
Right.
But if your offense isn't, because the offense wasn't the problem, they were scoring. They was moving the ball.
But we wasn't scoring enough.
They was, but your defense was like close to 30.
No, I know. So back to that. So Michael, this is a debate that me and Mike had all year long. And I said, but at the end of the day, the defensive statistic speaks loudly. And the defensive statistic is that we're in the 30 percentile in defense. So no matter what the offense is doing, it's hard to win. I got that. But I will say this. No matter what that defense was doing last year, I think if the offense had been just a little bit better, maybe even 10% better, we probably would have went to the playoffs.
There's a reason that they say defense wins championships.
We're not even talking about championships. We're talking about just getting to the playoffs.
But you can't get to the playoffs
if you ain't got no defense.
You ain't got no defense.
And defense is Raider football.
But wasn't Raider football last year.
No, it wasn't, because it hasn't been for a long time.
If the defense was even top 15,
right,
Derek Carr would still be a Raider.
Absolutely,
Derek Carr would still be a Raider.
Agreed.
So I think Derek Carr got a bad shake due to the fact that the defense.
Agreed.
That the defense let him down.
But
however,
we can't listen. All of that is all real. It's all real, bro. But I will say this: I think that the point that I made out about Derek Carr is true. Is that no, you got it. And that was an issue for him his whole career in LA. I mean in Vegas. Well, LA, Vegas, and Oakland, right? Because we're the Raiders. But yeah, scoring in the red zone. That
I think that changes this year.
I hope so because I like Jimmy.
I like Jimmy.
I like Jimmy.
They just got to keep him upright.
Right.
And I think his name is Michael. It's not Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Something Myers. It's a tight end from Notre Dame.
Okay. The new young tight end.
Young tight end. You got yourself a good receiver, although we got to see what's wrong with Adams because they said he messed up his.
So hopefully nothing's going.
Injured,
hopefully nothing's going on with Adams. Hopefully nothing's going on with Adams. The young pup that we just got in, the young Notre Dame guy, and Michael is a Shamar is a Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, baby. That's my squad.
He's a Notre Dame dude. I'm a SC guy.
Yep.
So there
Notre
it is.
Dame,
I'm a Trojan dude. Big shout out to my homeboy Dwayne Gardner from the Trojans.
Yo.
You know, Skyline High class of '85. Yeah, OAL champions.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Right.
This man right here, Golden State.
Oh, we gonna get into that later in the year. We gonna get into that. No, so
you know, I gotta say this.
Mm-hmm.
I like Steph Curry.
I love Steph Curry.
I do too. I can't lie.
Listen,
I love Steph Curry.
I mean, come on,
I
man.
just love that guy.
So we switching gears, and that's cool. The Warriors, a lot of expectation going on there this year. We're going to see if we can get back. We just brought in CP3, so now that becomes kind of the motivation. Hey, we got to get this dude a ring. CP needs a ring, and we need more rings.
Because I'm a Laker fan,
right?
I vehemently disagree with all of that. Because he went to the wrong team, he no longer deserves a championship.
Well, you don't want. Well. You know, Mr. James is kind of getting up in some years.
Long in the tooth.
Getting a little up in years. So your agenda is real quick. Like you need to have it happen real quick. I understand that.
I don't disagree with that. However, things are looking nice. Nice. The Lakers, all they need is a 7-footer, a real one, a real one. A legit 7-footer that got some girth.
Okay, so Mike, y'all open up the season against Denver, right? Y'all come out the gate
and smoke Denver
against Denver. Yeah, you was talking that good stuff last year.
Good stuff.
He was talking some. He was like, wait. Did you say y'all was gonna sweep them or something?
I didn't say they was gonna sweep. I did say
you said one game
4-1.
4-1. You said 4-1.
But the games were close.
No, the games weren't close.
The games were like, I mean, we're talking about 2-3 possessions.
Yeah.
Losses. I mean, but losses are lost. They got swept. I was talking mess.
Wait a minute. And I forgot that actually it was a sweep. Honestly speaking, because it was last year, so I knew that. I was like, okay, so the Lakers got put out. All right, we're going to see what's next, but swept, homie.
Why are you bringing all that old stuff in? Why are you bringing
No, so we're going to get back to football. Because listen, because we got sent home. Hey. No, listen. We got sent home. And I was disappointed, for everybody, Clay, I love the Warriors, I actually was a Laker fan. I had got frustrated with being a Warrior fan because the Warriors would always put these teams together and then break up these teams. So it was hard to be a Warriors fan, right, for decades. And so I got frustrated because I got a competitive edge. I love to win. And so I was like, man, this is hard for me to take as a winner. You know what I mean? And so I became a Laker dude. So when Kobe and Shaq got together, I was like, man. And then my sister had put me up on Kobe, right? And I was like, okay, so let me check this young dude out. I
was the opposite. I was a Kobe and Shaq hater.
Were you?
Cause okay.
Okay, I never knew. I've never heard this point. So I want to hear this.
So when I was small, when I was a young man, young boy,
right?
I lived in Reno, Nevada.
Okay.
So from age 5 to 12,
okay,
I lived in Reno.
Okay.
So there's no professional football team or professional anything at that time.
Right, in Reno.
So I just had to pick and choose my team. So as a young kid, when was I in Reno? I must have been about 6, 7 years old. So Michael Jordan obviously was, you know, he was like God at that age.
Oh, you brought up a name.
So I was a Chicago Bull fan for till I was in my early 20s.
He just brought up a name.
Hey, that man.
He brought up a name.
Hey, that man was a man. So I saw another. I was a San Francisco 49er fan for a minute.
Okay.
Until I was about 12.
Okay, so wait a minute. So during your 49er years, who was the quarterback?
Joe Montana.
It was Joe.
It was Joe. I remember the day.
He threw that pass?
I remember the day I said, I'm no longer a 49er fan. And it's for the most weirdest, oddest.
Okay, so tell the story.
Stupidest. You would be like, what? That
tell
don't make no sense.
Tell the story.
So I was about 12. I think I was 12, 11, 10 in that area.
Okay.
I can't remember when they beat somebody. I think it was Washington, or they beat the pants off somebody like 56 to something in the Super Bowl.
Right.
It was just destruction all the way.
Right.
It wasn't even close.
It wasn't.
Couldn't have been Washington because they're in the same division.
No, it wasn't Washington.
So maybe it was the Patriots, or it was somebody like that.
I don't know who it was, because I know I remember that year that they beat the Bengals, right? So that Bengals championship.
That wasn't a beatdown. That was a close game.
Okay, right.
Because in elementary school, Anthony Munoz, his brother was my teacher.
Okay.
Mr. Munoz.
Okay.
So I want to say he's like my 4th grade teacher.
Okay.
And I was still a 49er fan at that point. Mm-hmm. And then I saw a young man with I want to say he had a Jerry curl. I'm not sure if he had a Jerry curl.
Okay.
I saw Randall Cunningham.
We in LA, he bringing up curls, y'all. We in LA, he bringing up curls.
Randall Cunningham.
Right.
Randall Cunningham.
Right.
When I saw him running around, I was like, ooh.
Y'all lost a Super Bowl.
It's a black dude running in quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
And so my man was running around this way and that way and throwing bombs and whatnot. And I was like, I like that team right there. And they had a gang of brothers.
Right.
Well, they had Jerome Brown, Reggie White, Seth Joyner. I mean, they was nasty.
Well, guess what? And that was the introduction or the entrance of the black quarterbacks starting to make their way into the NFL. Right.
Moon was at that time.
Right. So this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about is the emergence of the black quarterbacks.
And at that time, there weren't very many.
Right. That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
A big deal.
Big deal. Doug Williams winning the Super Bowl throwing was it
huge. And destroyed like Denver, right? Killed Denver, right?
That was my birthday too. That day.
Was it?
Yeah, my dad got me a Sega Genesis.
Oh, like that?
A Sega Genesis. Man, but that was when the black quarterbacks weren't so respected for being smart quarterbacks or being quarterbacks, period.
Well, we were trying to break that ground, right? Like that was us just trying to say, hey, we could play on all different levels. The same conversations we have in today's game right now at the coaching level and the ownership level, right? You know what I mean? So these are real things, and we're always, trailblazing. We're a trailblazing people.
Man,
so,
I'll tell you, and I'm proud of my boy Jalen Hurts.
Right.
He's balling, man.
Hey, so Mike, you 0-1 to me in Super Bowls, though. I just got to put that out there. So no, we got history. We got that history. So.
Y'all won that way back in '83.
It don't matter. When was the last time y'all won the Super Bowl? I'm hoping. We haven't won. So wait, we lost. We lost. The last one we lost was Tampa Bay. So we lost to Tampa Bay, and that was the early 2000s. So what is that like? 04,
I didn't say
05.
go to the Super Bowl. I said, when was the last time you won a
okay,
Super Bowl?
So that was what? Well, you haven't won any, so.
What are you talking about?
You won one. You did win one. I forgot.
2017.
My short-term memory is a little bad.
We can see that.
You're going to edit that part out, right?
No.
You're going to leave it in there.
No.
You're going to do it no.
You still haven't answered the question. When did they win? So was it back in 70?
No.
It was 88 when they beat the Eagles.
It was
when they beat the Eagles.
That was our second Super Bowl. We beat you guys in 81.
Right.
And then we won it.
And
we won it in 83 with Marcus Allen. So when the Raiders left Oakland and they came to LA,
who did they beat?
I forgot who we played, man.
The Chargers?
No, I want to say the Redskins. I want to say the Redskins. and I believe I'm right. I believe the Raiders' last Super Bowl win was against the Redskins in 1983.
I know Marcus Allen was trotting. Marcus Allen had to be like,
well, Marcus Allen was at his prime, man.
woo.
That was a fiasco. That was a fiasco when Marcus left and went to the Chiefs.
That
was a fiasco, right? Like, but Al Davis was greedy.
I was gonna say, was he messing with the owner's daughter, or what was,
no? Because
no.
You know what it was? I think it was that Al Davis got a little greedy, and he remember he had Bo and Marcus. He had Bo and Marcus in that backfield.
Was it as simple as he just didn't want to pay him?
I don't know. I don't like to be honest with you. I don't really know about that.
How do you not pay Marcus Allen? How do you let Marcus Allen walk out the door?
Right. How do you no listen. How do you let John Gruden walk out the door? And I know that's a scandalized name, but I'm going to talk about it because it's Raider history. But how do you let John Gruden walk out the door and go beat you the next year in the Super Bowl? So
and don't change the playbook at all.
That's the type of shit that we do sometimes.
Foolishness.
Right. But enough of the silver and black. Let's. So one thing we wanted to talk about and touch on was expectations for this year and how we feel about our teams. I picked my team to be 11-6, so I went 11-6. The experts got us going 6-11, but you know what? I'm like, hey man, McDaniels is here.
11-6.
11-6. That's what I have on my sheet. I do a sheet every year.
I'm gonna go official and say 9-8.
You're gonna say
or
9.
10-7.
Well, guess what? 9-8
or 10-7.
Look, 9-8 gets me that bet. Give me some tap on that. Nine wins.
Hey,
Mr. Edwards.
Somebody we know might have to cough
Mr.
it up.
Edwards, the Chiefs fan,
might have to cough it up. Don't know how much it is, but you have to cough it up.
He's saying 9 wins. I'm like, you know what? I'll take that bet. Because guess what? We should win 9 wins. And that, as a matter of fact, my expectation is 10. No, my expectation is 10, and I picked them to go 11-6, and I'm going to stand by that.
If the defense is better, not a little.
No,
I'm not going to say a lot.
We got to play Raider defense, man. We have to play Raider defense.
And from what I've been seeing, from what I've been observing,
okay,
your defense looks pretty decent right now.
Well, guess what?
So I'm expecting them to make that turnaround because I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a winner.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not sure if he's a Super Bowl winner, but I think he's a winner.
If we can keep Jimmy healthy, and we can give Max Crosby some help on that other end, if these young players that came into the league can pick it up quick and develop and become the superstars that we think that they're going to be, then you know what, man, it's going to get exciting. And I think with the Raiders winning in the league, it's always more exciting. And I think it's good for the league.
Right.
Just period. But your boys' expectations, so
Super Bowl expectations.
So the floor is on. So you got the floor right now, Shamar. You got the floor right now.
What I see with Philly is I was just watching the preseason game about 30 minutes ago. The offense, the starters aren't playing, so it's kind of hard to judge where they at. But at the same token, Philadelphia is super talented on offense. They're not going to have an issue. I would perceive that the team should finish 12-5.
12-5. That's what you're going with.
12-5.
Wow. Okay.
I think 12-5 is a. They got a hard schedule, so I'm imagining. I would love to see them beat Dallas twice. Dallas stinks.
Shamar's wife is a Dallas fan. I don't even know how that relationship works.
I don't know how that works.
But I do understand how it works. Because guess what? Even though my wife is not into football, she's always trashing the Raiders, and she's from Cleveland. So I say, so you got that Browns blood in you, and I get it. Like, so you hating on us, so it's cool. But y'all ain't never won a Super Bowl though.
Oh man! But at the end of the day, I expect Philadelphia to be 12-5. I would say 13-4, but I don't want to be too ambitious. But
So you're gonna go. So your conservative. So your conservative estimate is
it's 12-5. If they don't do 12-5, I might be a little upset. Because the schedule is rough, bro.
I saw. Look, I saw. Ours is not easy either. I think we come out. Raiders got to dominate Denver. You need 2 wins against Denver. You need to split against the Chargers, and you need to split against Kansas City.
Yeah, I think the Raiders could beat Kansas City this year. I think they can get them once.
I won it.
Just one. I think they can get them once.
I think we can split them.
I think you can.
I think we can split.
If the defense plays defense,
right,
they can get.
So you know what my issue has always been with the defense, bro. The secondary. I've been talking about that secondary for.
So you go out and get
decades.
Marcus Peters,
and I'm like, Raider football is having a great secondary, man, and nice safeties and stuff like that, right?
And they're known for their defense. So
well, guess what? I got the Lester Hayes jersey in the house, so maybe one telecast I'll put on the Lester Hayes jersey. I retired it, but I can always.
Lester Hayes was the guy on the line, right? That used to hit people in the ear hole.
No, that's not Lester. Lester Hayes is Stickum. Number 37.
The corner?
The lockdown corner. Lester Hayes. Deion Sanders before Deion Sanders.
He be hitting folks.
Well, no, Lester Hayes was just, they called him Lester the Molester because he would have his hands all over the place. Had his hands all over you, bro. I mean, but that was his name, Lester the Molester. Right.
That's a cold.
I would have been like, man, you got to change that name. You got to change that name, bro. You got to change that name. No. I'm not feeling that one. That's kind of, but we're going to go with it, so, because that's the history of it. That was it. But the Stickum man, but Lester, can you imagine? And Lester was out there in his 3-point stands, but doing his thing, and then he had that Jerry curl under that helmet, bro. There we go. We talking about Jerry curls again. Nah, but this was a time, and this was a point in time, right? And yeah, and Lester was just, he was a physical back. He was a physical corner, man. And so yeah.
So you go out and get Marcus Peters.
Okay.
He's a physical corner.
Okay, so we added to our secondary.
You added a linebacker. I forget his name.
Right, I saw that.
You draft Tyree Wilson, I believe it is, defensive end.
Right, the young kid.
Bro, word coming out of San Francisco or wherever they at, whether they're here in LA or San Francisco, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But the ones on defense is dominating the ones on offense in San Francisco. And the ones on offense, they got no excuse in San Francisco. Y'all been together.
Right.
So to get dominated by the defense, and like 5 interceptions is what I'm hearing.
So
5-6 interceptions.
So Frisco. So Frisco, you brought them up, and they're in your conference, the NFC.
Can't wait to see him.
Okay, talk about it though.
They've been talking that good stuff the whole offseason.
Okay.
Especially Debo.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't stop chirping. Can't stop chirping. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think they come to Philly too.
Is that his real name or is that his nickname?
Debo Samuels?
Like did his mama name him Debo?
I think his name is Debo.
Name him Debo.
His name is Debo.
Hey, but look, I gotta say this though. Let's keep it real.
It's a cool name.
If your name is Debo, right?
Well, man, you better come with it. You better come with it. You better come.
Every Debo that I know is hard.
And all brothers going back to Friday.
Right.
Let me get that liquor. Let me get that.
Right.
But get that chain.
But the Niners, man. It's a lot of expectation. My sister is a Niner fan. Shout out to Vita. My sister is a Niner fan. She's up there in Northern California, and there is no silver and black up there anymore. So the Niners have. They're dominating that market, We're going to see, man. We're going to see. I can tell you who I'm not rooting for. And everybody knows this. I'm never rooting for the Cowboys. I'm never rooting for those guys.
You know what?
But my neighbor is
right now.
My neighbor is a Cowboy fan, and he's a great guy. He's a great guy until football season starts, and then usually
that's a Cowboy fan.
Usually he's insulting me.
Usually Cowboy fans are Super Bowl every year.
So you know what he tells me? If I when I come out this season in my Raiders gear, what he's gonna say is, But you got that clown suit on. And I say, okay.
And every time I see them, I say, you know what?
But this is how I always get it.
I don't mind watching the JV.
Oh, wow. The JV, you go there with it. Okay.
I don't mind watching the JV.
Well, this is how I get him back. When basketball season rolls around, he's a Clippers guy.
Wow.
And so I just say, good luck this year.
Good luck.
Good luck this year.
Maybe you guys might reach the Western Conference Finals for the first time. Maybe.
No disrespect to the Clippers organization. No disrespect to the owner. Because actually, the facility, fireworks in the neighborhood. But the facility that we actually ball at down over at Rancho, the Clippers helped build that, and that's cool.
Right.
Because community presence, right? They're doing some stuff for the neighborhood and the community, but
and I don't totally hate the Clippers.
I don't. But they're just
totally hate
you know what? The Clippers are where we were for a long time. The Warriors. They're just entertainment. They're just entertainment.
Permanently stuck in little brother mode.
They're just entertainment. I hate the fact that he always tries to call us his little brother. And that's cool. That's cool because he a Laker dude and you got all them damn flags up there.
How many championships is they rolling with?
You what, the Lakers?
Yeah.
You got 17.
17, right?
17 ships.
So then everybody else is the little brother.
I get that part. No, I mean, hey, that's like the Yankees. The Yankees is always looking at everybody like, man, when y'all gonna catch up? When y'all gonna catch up? But we're gonna try to get one over y'all this year. So
the Warriors over the Lakers?
This was a real decision for me. No, this season was a real decision for me, guys. Who was I rocking with this year? Because I am a Warriors-Lakers dude, right? And I went back to the Warriors when my cousin Finney told me, he said, hey, bro, these Splash Brothers we got are for real. And I said, for real, Finn? I done heard that before, right? And he was like, nah, bro. I think we got a winning combination. And guess what? And it panned out.
I knew Clay was going to work when I saw him in Summer League.
Yeah.
I saw him in Summer League.
Right.
Bombing. I was like,
splashing on them. Klay Thompson is my favorite Warrior. Klay Thompson is my favorite Warrior. I love
Steph Curry is my favorite.
Well, I got you, but
I like Klay too.
Klay's my guy.
I like Steph.
Because me and Klay, because you know what? He on that boat. He wear that captain hat. I'm with that. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm with that.
I think what it is with the two of them is if I had to pick a game that I like more, it would be more Steph because my game mirrors his game more than it would, like, say, a Klay Thompson.
Well, you can shoot. I mean, you a shooter, bro.
But I can dribble. I'm off the dribble shoot. Whereas Klay Thompson he's more of a big body, kind of rangy, plays great D, kind of tall, a little heavy. I'm slight,
right?
Like Steph. So that would be the reason why I like his game.
You was hating on Steph back in the day. And I used to be like, we used to get in.
We
used to get in. Oh, no, you wasn't hating. No, you wasn't hating. But I didn't understand it. I was like, Michael.
I was saying that when LeBron James was at a certain level, and they was giving Steph MVP, Michael,
I
couldn't agree that he was even the MVP.
I'm going to quote you. I'm going to quote you
because
here.
I'm going to keep saying it. Either Draymond Green or Kevin Durant. Those were your captains.
Them little guards. Them little guards. You could do this with them, and you could do that with them. Wait, no, stop.
Do this.
And
people compare.
And I'm gonna be like, bro. No. I was like, bro. If you try to play Steph hella physical, he just gonna go around you. And then.
But that's not so. They
listen. You can't D up Steph Curry. We done already seen it, and the history is there, and the proof is in the pudding. Now, like I said, when he was a young man, and his body hadn't developed all of this and that, and you could push him around and get physical with him and that kind of stuff, and I got it.
That's exactly what Cleveland did, and they won.
Right, and I got it. But
then they went out and got Kevin Durant.
Well, Kevin came to us, and we're not going to go down that path in our first episode.
They recruited Kevin Durant.
Or did they?
Yes. They was asking him to
It was a
run,
mutually beneficial relationship.
which
Let's say that.
in that mutually beneficial relationship, Kevin Durant then became the captain of that team, in my opinion.
You know what? We're gonna get back to that subject later because there's a conversation around that for real, and me and Mike don't really agree on it.
Right, because you said
we don't really agree on
Curry
it.
was, and then I said the second captain of that team was
Here's
Draymond
what.
Green.
Okay, let me just.
Curry was like.
So you keep dragging me back into this conversation. I'm gonna go in and get into it real quick. I'm gonna say this. Everybody understands and knows who Kevin Durant is and his talents and this and that. But at that time, when he came to the Warriors, he was not a champion, and we were. We had already had 1 or 2 ships, I believe.
I don't disagree with that.
No, listen. So Kev came, and guess what? He made us. This is my whole thing for Durant. He just made us invincible. And guess what? It was kind of bad for the game a little bit, to be honest with you, because every time we went to town, everybody knew you was losing. You was taking an L that night. There wasn't no question about it.
There's only one problem with that. They didn't win the championship, and they lost to LeBron James that year.
That's true.
With that record.
That's true.
With that 70 whatever record that they had, being unbeatable and whatnot, and
no, that's no,
unbeatable. They got beat.
No, that's absolutely true.
And they got beat by getting physical with Steph Curry.
I get that part. I get all of that.
And then they got injured.
Listen, man, we lost that championship. We lost that championship in the last 5 minutes of the game. Like if you really sit back and you go back and trip on it, and we played sloppy as hell in that 5 minutes too, because we had a bunch of back-to-back turnovers and this and that. I still think Iguodala should have if you had gone for the dunk, we would have won the championship that year. If you had just went for the dunk and got fouled, instead of trying to lay it up, but you laid it up and you got your shit took at the rim. That's what happened. But if you had tried to dunk, he would have either had to foul you or what something else would have happened. We don't know what would have happened. But that was always my take on that play. I was like, why didn't you go for the dunk? Like I'd have tried to yak on his ass. But like you said, no.
Right.
But
yak on.
I'd have tried to yak on his ass, right? And but like you said, I don't think he heard LeBron coming because LeBron came and got him from the back. Right, he came and got him from the back.
Reggie Miller had did something similar. He thought he was wide open.
Right.
And I want to say it was Tayshaun Prince in Detroit.
Right.
When they had a playoff game, he came out from the back like that from like maybe 15, 20 feet.
Yeah.
And then just took it out. And it's like, damn, I didn't even know he was there. You should have dunked it.
Right.
You should have been going up for the dunk.
You should have been thinking.
If you would have gone up for the dunk, he would have had to foul you.
Right. He would have had right. So I think it's a great fact. What are we gonna close with, player?
Remember, don't
talk
about it.
Be about it.
Be about
Be
it.
about it.
All right. Holla.